In this video, I'm going to go over the exact size and dimensions of the 2025 Toyota Crown Signia. In front of us, we have the limited grade. I'm going to talk about the exterior size, the interior size, and more just ahead in this video. All right, so here we have it in front of us, the 25 Crown Signia Limited with a Canadian MSRP of $57,450 plus your freight PDI fees and taxes. You can get the advanced technology package for just over $2,000 more plus taxes. But let's talk about the exact size and dimensions and what you're dealing with here with this all-new Toyota hybrid vehicle. Now, I'll tell you, it is not a replacement of the Toyota Venza that we had for 2024. It's just an alternative to a Toyota Venza, but not a replacement. It's quite different. Let's talk about the size. All right, so we're going to compare the Crown Signia size to the Crown Sedan and the Toyota Venza as well. In terms of length from front to back, the Crown Signia measures in at 194.1 inches front to back. With regards to the Crown and the Venza, while that's slightly larger than the Venza and slightly smaller than the Crown Sedan. That's right, the Crown Sedan measures in at 196.1 and the Venza at 186.6 front to back. I would say that the interior space, both for passengers, driver, and cargo, is quite impressive on the Crown Signia, and that is because the overall width of this all-new Toyota hybrid for 2025 is larger than the Crown Sedan and larger than the Toyota Venza. That's right. The width of this Crown Signia measures in at 74 inches, whereas the Crown Sedan measures in at 72.4, with the Venza measuring in at 73. So 1 inch larger than the Venza and about 1.5 inches larger than the Crown Sedan. Not bad. In terms of rear cargo space, comparing to the Crown Sedan and the Toyota Venza, the Crown Signia is 24% larger in the cargo area than the Crown Sedan. That is very impressive. And when compared to the Toyota Venza, the cargo space in the Crown Signia is actually 6.5% more and better in the Crown Signia than the Venza. Folding down your rear passenger seats is quite easy. You've got levers off to the left and right side, just like that. Effortlessly pull the levers down, and the seats pretty much fold, you can say, completely flat. I mean, there's slightly a very small lift towards the end of the back of that seat, but I would say that it pretty much folds flat, and you've got a ton of space from the back of the front seats all the way to the back of this trunk cargo area. How much space do you have? Well, depending on where your two front seats are positioned, you could get up to 7 feet of cargo storage area in the back of this Crown Signia. And in case you didn't know, you already have 24.8 cubic feet of space or cargo capacity in the back of this hybrid vehicle. Now, when it comes to ground clearance and comparing it to other vehicles like the Toyota Venza, the Crown Signia has a ground clearance of 6.3 inches from the ground, whereas vehicles like the Toyota Venza had a ground clearance of 8.1 inches from the ground. So yes, the Crown Signia does sit a little bit lower to give it that nice, sporty, and aggressive look. Hang on, everyone. Make sure that you do yourself a favor and subscribe to the best Toyota channel on YouTube for constant cool videos like this coming your way on updates, news, and reviews about your favorite Toyotas. Let's continue on with this review. In terms of passenger space in the rear seats, well, you tell me. I'm 6'2" and I was sitting very comfortably, actually too comfortably, and slouched back in the front driver's seat. And you can see here, still got plenty of leg room for a decent sized adult to sit behind you. So I'm very happy and very pleased with the space in the back of this Crown Signia. Very high roofline as well on a vehicle like this. Reminds me something of like the headroom in the Corolla Cross. You got a high roofline very spacious, very airy feeling on the interior of this vehicle. Same goes for the front driver's seat. I'm a big guy, tall guy, lots of leg room, lots of knee room, shoulder room, very easy to get in and out. It's a power driver's seat, of course, on the Crown Signia. That comes standard on a vehicle like this. Tons of headroom, very big and wide, large door opening, so it's quite easy to get yourself in and out effortlessly. You don't find yourself crouching and trying to kneel or crouch down to avoid bumping your head. Plenty of space. I'm very pleased. Now, in terms of overall driver visibility, I would say it has a very large and spacious windshield with a relatively low hood line, so you don't find yourself stretching your neck over the hood, even if you're a shorter person, to see clearly and comfortably out of the front windshield. That extra 1 to 2 inches of width for the interior space on this Crown Signia, you really feel when compared against vehicles like the Crown Signia and Toyota Venza. When you're in the driver's seat, it's very airy, it's very roomy. You don't feel crammed, you don't feel congested. Lots of leg room here for the steering wheel. Very ergonomically placed functions and controls and door panels, your shifter. Everything is nice and comfortable and easy to get to. If there's one thing I can nitpick at, that's the size of these cup holders. They're quite small. Got a decent sized large water bottle here, and I can't seem to fit it in these cup holders. Even after removing this insert here, it's still quite not enough space. So if there's one thing I can complain about with regards to space, ergonomics, comfort on the interior, it's these cup holders. All right, so now that I'm sitting inside the interior, like I may have already mentioned, I'm around 6'2". I'm a pretty big guy, and I've got plenty of shoulder room, and I've got plenty of headroom as well. I would say I have probably about a good 2 to 3 inches of height between the top of my hair and the roof line, and I'm kind of sitting a little bit slouched back, as you can see, and it doesn't really interfere much with the passenger space behind me. I would say, like I may have already mentioned, you can fit a decent sized adult still behind me, and I'm a big guy. In terms of leg room, shoulder room, and probably even headroom, it's very close to the room that I have inside of my Grand Highlander 2024 Hybrid XLE. Now granted, yes, I do have a little bit more headroom on the Grand Highlander, but otherwise it's just as roomy and spacious in the front of the vehicle as that SUV, and that's a very large SUV when comparing to this Crown Signia. Bottom line is, if you're a bigger guy or a bigger person, taller, heavier, whatever the case is, and you're concerned or worried about fitting inside of a Crown Signia properly or comfortably, rest assured, I think you're going to be just fine. Like I mentioned, I'm just fine. I would definitely have this vehicle as my daily driver. Very comfortable, very reliable, very fuel efficient, a lot of nice new technology. I hope you guys enjoyed this video review of the exact sizing and dimensions of this all new Crown Signia. We'll catch you on the next video, guys. Take care.